Hey everybody, today we're talking about Amazon's Repricer tool called Automate Pricing. Now, this is a tool that Amazon is delivering for us, and we have an opportunity to use it in our Amazon FBA business to change the prices automatically of the items that we're selling on Amazon. And in this video, I'm going to show you around what it looks like to set up automate pricing rules and how it impacts your Amazon business. I'm also going to walk you through the pros and cons of Amazon's automate pricing tool. Tell you who it's for, who could best take advantage of it, whether or not I think you should be using it, and things like that. So first, let's take a look under the hood. I'm going to take you to my computer screen. I'm going to show you around automate pricing, how you can set up your repricing rules, and how that impacts your prices on Amazon. So let's go take a look. All right, here we are in Seller Central, and I'm going to show you how to get to automate pricing and what it looks like. So if you go to the pricing tab here, you can scroll down, you can see automate pricing is right there. Once you get to this page, you can read up about the latest information on how it works and how to get started. But let's just jump into get started. This is what it shows you when you have no rules. I've deleted all the rules that I've used in the past, and so once you make rules, you'll see them on this page, but when you don't have any, it will show you about how to get started with making the rules. So let's get started. All right, the first thing you want to do is to choose which type of rule you want to create. Do you want to create a rule based around the buy box, which means you can price below, above, or exactly a dollar amount or a percentage above or below the buy box? So is the buy box what you're going to be focusing on, or is the lowest price what you're going to be focused on? Amazon wants you to do the lowest price, but sometimes the buy box will help get you a little bit more profits. So I usually focus on the buy box, but the lowest price is another thing that you can focus on. Amazon recently added this, an external price. So if you want to focus on repricing against the exact same item on a different website, say Walmart or Target, you can actually have your Amazon prices set to reprice with Walmart's price for that particular item. I would not focus on this because Amazon has customers who are very loyal and they're already at Amazon. So why reprice your item from another website except only to have it get lowered? Again, that's what Amazon wants us to do, lower our price, so do not do this. Or you can do a sale based on the units of sale. This is pretty good when you are trying to liquidate your inventory. Say you're like, I have 20 items, and I want you to reprice my items for a particular price until I have a certain number of units sold or a certain number of units left. But most of the time, 99% of the time, you'll choose competing with a rule with the buy box or competing against the lowest price. So let's just do this for an example. We're going to compete with the buy box. I'm going to name this rule test because it's a test. And then you can go to the next page and decide if you want to, how many marketplaces you're selling in or have the ability to sell in. You can choose where this repricing rule is impacted. Continue on to set the parameters. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. And while you're looking at this, you can stay below the buy box by a specified amount. You can choose like a penny, a dollar, whatever, or you can choose a particular percentage. Again, see what the automatic default settings are. It's about being the cheapest. So stay below the buy box by a specified amount, match the buy box, or stay above the buy box, again, by a certain dollar amount or a certain percentage. You can compete only on offers on Amazon that are the same ASIN and condition, or you can only do those that are the same fulfillment method. So if you're FBA, we'll only do FBA competitors. If you're a third-party seller, only do third-party seller, i.e. ignore Amazon. And again, they're going to try to tell you to price competitively off items that are off Amazon. That's another time where Amazon will try to lower your price. You want to say no. Again, naturally, it's just set up for yes, but no. And do you want to continue pricing if you update your price elsewhere on Seller Central? No, I want to pause repricing. If I update my price, why would I be updating my price if I want you to change it back? So set up for a penny. I'm going to go a penny above my price. All right.
It gives you a little summary of what it is. Save this rule in Amazon. And after this, all you have to do is hit in your minimum price, your maximum price. You have the rule already chosen, and then you click go to actually start the repricing. And then you can click save, and it's all ready to go. So now I'm going to walk you through some pros and cons of the Amazon Automate Pricing tool.
All right, so now you know what it looks like. Let me give you some pros and cons for Amazon's repricing tool, Automate Pricing. Now, let's start with the pros. I'm a positive person. Let's come up with some pros for this. Number one pro is that it's free. Well, as long as you're a professional seller, it's free. It's part of the whole professional selling package. You get Automate Pricing for free. So if you're already a professional seller, you get to use this tool for free, and that helps give you just one more tool that you can use to grow your Amazon business. The second pro of Amazon's tool Automate Pricing is that it will help you increase your sales. It will help lower your prices to help you get more sales. And so that can be a pro, but you might think of that as a pro at the expense of more profits, because Amazon's Automate Pricing tool really does a great job of lowering prices, does a horrible job of raising prices when you need your prices to be raised so you can get some more return on your investment, to get some higher profits. And so it does help you get more sales, but it might cost you in profits to get those sales. And then the last pro is that it's really simple and easy to use. I mean, you saw it yourself. There's just a few pages, a few clicks, a few things to decide. You turn it on, and it's simple and easy to use. So those are my pros of Amazon's Automate Pricing tool. Let me walk you through some cons, which, spoiler alert, there's just too many cons to talk about. So I'm actually going to narrow it down to my biggest cons. Number one con, it only allows you to set up repricing rules on active SKUs. So items have to be active, meaning in stock and available for sale, in order to come up with a repricing rule for it. So if you're sending inventory into Amazon, you have to wait until it gets there to actually set up the rules. If you're out of stock, or if there's an item that is moving fulfillment centers because Amazon's moving it and it's no longer active, you have to wait until it's active to set up a repricing rule. That's a big con. Another big con is that there's limited customization on rules. I mean, you saw it yourself. Very simple, just a little bit above or a little bit below the buy box, or a percentage above or below. You might be able to ignore this particular competitor, but it's just really, really limited. Another is that this Amazon's Automate Pricing tool does not help you calculate the fees on the page. I like to see, hey, if I'm lowering my price to this price, what am I still going to be able to take home after fees? I want to be able to see that. Automate Pricing does not have that. But here's the biggest negatives for Amazon's Automate Pricing. It will not increase your price. It tells you to insert a max price, but if your price is at a certain low point, it's not going to increase that price. It's not going, this is what it actually says on the Automate Pricing information page. Once you get the buy box, the rules stop. The pricing rules stop engaging. So once you have the buy box, it stops repricing. Except that what happens if you and another guy both have the buy box at $20, and you're both sharing the buy box at $20, he sells out, but the next competitor is priced at $25. Amazon Pricing will keep your price at $25 instead of syncing it up to the next lowest price, which is $25, and which is what I would want to happen. I would want to share the buy box around the lowest price possible, and so if that $20 competitor goes out of stock, I want it to be now $24.99 or $25 or something like that. Around the next competitor, we can continue to share the buy box, because if you know anything about the buy box, it rotates between competitive sellers. And so I'd rather rotate the buy box with someone priced a few pennies away from me than a few dollars away from me. And Amazon Automate Pricing does not increase your price. Once you get the buy box, it's done. It considers its job over, but that's not the case. The job continues to go. So with all of these things, I think that Amazon Automate Pricing is good to use if you are just beginning as an Amazon seller. if you are looking more for sales and getting your feedback score ramped up because of those sales instead of profits. If you know what, if profit and long-term success and long-term profits are your goal, I do not recommend Amazon Automate Pricing. I actually recommend a tool called Be Cool. To find out more information about it, you can go to fulltimefba.com/be cool. And here's the thing, Be Cool has customized repricing rules where you can be very specific with what you want. I mean, you can say, I want to ignore the sellers that have less than this type of feedback, type of score. I want to totally ignore Amazon as a competitor. I want to ignore items that are back ordered. I mean, there's times where Amazon Automate Pricing will change your price based on a back ordered item that's not even at Amazon. And that's just going to cost you money. I just want to compete with the people who are actually at Amazon, where people are actually have items there selling that are going to be sold. That's my real competition. Back ordered items, they are not my competition. Not yet, at least. And so Be Cool helps you get those perfect type of repricing rules that you can ignore back-ordered items. That you can, I mean, if you have specific seller names that you want to completely ignore, you can type those seller names into Be Cool and ignore those. The list goes on of the possibilities that you can do with your customized rules. And stay tuned for just a second because I want to give you my rules. I'll tell you how to get those in a second. I want to give you my Be Cool rules, repricing rules. I'll tell you why or how in just a second. Another thing that Be Cool does is that it continues to reprice continually. I think every 15 minutes on one plan, every 5 minutes on another plan. Of course, if you pay more, you get repricing faster. I'm just on the 15-minute plan where I get my stuff repriced every 15 minutes. That works out for me. And but every 15 minutes, if my item's in stock or out of stock, if my item has the buy box, if the item does not have the buy box, it is continually, I have repricing rules that are active that will automatically go into place when an item gets to Amazon or when an item is live on Amazon. Another thing that I really love about Be Cool is that at a click of a button, it imports your buy cost and information from Inventory Lab into Be Cool. So you don't have to enter in your buy cost again. So if you're an Inventory Lab user, this is a huge time saver because you can just import in your buy cost and it's there in Inventory Lab. Now the first time you do it, it might take a couple hours before it syncs up because it's doing your whole entire catalog. But the rest of the time, pretty immediate syncing between Inventory Lab and Be Cool, and I love it. It saves a lot of time. You can also, if you have your your minimums and your maximums set in Inventory Lab, there's a quick way to download that and upload it into Be Cool so that you can have that be synced as well. So check that out. Using Inventory Lab with Be Cool is really, really good. And then again, before I was talking about how Amazon Automate Pricing did not calculate the fees for you, well, Be Cool does. So I can tell Be Cool, hey, this is my minimum price, this is my maximum price, and I can click a little button and it can be like, okay, if it hits your max price, this is your profits after fees. If it hits your minimum price, this is your profit after fees. And I might be like, ooh, that minimum's too low. I might be losing some money. So I'm going to raise my price a little bit. Or my minimum, I can actually go a little bit lower with my minimum and still be making money. So I'll put that in the algorithm, in my repricing rules. So a lot of different options, but the thing is that the potential for the repricing rules is huge. You can do so much with it. So much that it could be a little bit confusing. That's the only con with Be Cool, is that the repricing rules can be so advanced that it could almost be confusing. It almost be overwhelmed. That's why I'm giving you my repricing rules for free. If you go to fulltimefba.com/be cool and sign up for their 2-week free trial, then send me a message with the email that you signed up Be Cool with and tell me, hey, I just signed up with Be Cool. What are your repricing rules? And I will give you my specific repricing tools that doubled my sales the very first month I used it. Yes, that's right. With Be Cool, the first month I used it, it doubled my sales. See this little graph up here, this chart up here? This is showing you back in September when I started, my sales were doing good, but then boom, they doubled and it was amazing. So check it out for yourself, fulltimefba.com/be cool, and then send me a message at my email. You can go to fulltimefba.com, click on the Contact Us button, send me a message, and I will send you my personal repricing rules that helped double my sales the very first month I used it. So Be Cool is awesome. It's amazing. I totally recommend that. Amazon Automate Pricing, it's okay if you're just beginning and you just kind of want to play around with pricing. But if you're really serious about growing your Amazon FBA business with the right kind of tool, I highly recommend Be Cool, fulltimefba.com/Be Cool to help you increase your profits and increase your sales. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Leave a comment below. What do you think? Do you use a repricer? I want to hear from you below if you use a repricer and what your thoughts are about repricing. If you have any questions about repricing, leave that below and hang out with us at the blog, fulltimefba.com. We got some freebies for you if you go to fulltimefba.com. Free downloads, free ebook that will help your Amazon FBA business be a little bit easier. Well, again, I got to run. Have a great day, everybody. God bless. Bye.